Just want to let you know that we have over 170 teachers here tonight. Last count. And we're not the fringe. Let me give you some information really quick. We had an election that ended last Monday. Krista Boothroyd won as our secretary, part of our executive board. Kelly Learned, director of secondary. Susan Burke, director of elementary. We want to congratulate them for coming and joining us on the executive board. And I don't know, this is kind of hard to say because it sounds braggish, but I won as president. And I am truly humbled by the faith that they demonstrate to me as president. I give them my word and promise they'll get everything they can out of me. A couple other things. I'm just impressed every week by the talents of our students. But I'm even more impressed by the impact the teachers make on bringing out those talents and gifts from these students. We have seen now 3 or 4 weeks in a row where the teacher is actually up there playing or singing or doing whatever with their students. I loved the young man sitting here. I didn't write his name down, sorry, from Canyon Hills, their ASB president. I love what he had to say because in reality, you can't go anywhere without teachers. And I'd like to see any great accomplishment in this world that person did not have or been touched by a teacher. I also want to say Pam Potts. I've worked with her for the last few years in alternative ed. Tireless worker. I want to tell her that it's been an honor to work with her and to see her dedication and her integrity. So I want to wish her the very best in her new endeavors, and I appreciate that. I also want to say some things about our activities directors. What an honor for Connie Weeks. She deserves every accolade she gets, and so do all of our activities directors. I know one year I was a class advisor, and so I get to get involved in activities, and I didn't realize how much time I had to put in to keep the senior class happy and graduation. And the interesting thing is everywhere I was, so was Debbie Weiss. And so we have to give we might pay them a little bit, but if you look at the hours, they're probably getting 25 cents or 10 cents an hour. And the impact they play, they add the spice to education. They add the cherry on top of the ice cream, so to speak, because it's the activities that we look forward to. If you've ever been to Ayala on Rally Day, the colors, my wife used to make me hats to match the theme of the senior class. There's a lot of work that goes in that. We need to give them all the kudos that they deserve. Yeah. Abraham Lincoln said, "I'm a firm believer in people. If you give the truth, they can be depended upon to meet any national crisis. The great point is to bring them the real facts." This week on the district's webpage, Mr. Joseph had some quotes. "Let reality be reality. Let things flow naturally forward in whatever way they like." Well, I have a problem with this. We cannot do this in education. Students are like water. If you let them flow naturally, they will take the path of least resistance. Sometimes I think the district takes the path of least resistance. It's always easy to make decisions from the top and then have them move downward and expect your employees to simply fall in line. A true servant leader, which we've heard many times this year, brings people together and makes them part of the problem and therefore part of the solution. When you get all these different people involved, you're going to have all these different ideas or ways to face the issue. It's a hard thing to try to build consensus, but this is real leadership. That is why there is real difference between two types of leadership. One leads people to a solution, and the other tells them the solution. I also have a problem that last time we declared and brought up, we were at impasse in bargaining. Then 7 days later, we hear that CSEA has settled. That's good for them. But I have a problem with a thing known as a Me Too clause. Why? Aren't we one big happy Chino family, right? And this happens 7 days after we declare impasse. They get a Me Too clause. Does this apply to ACT unit members? It's never been offered since I have been on the bargaining team. Never. So let's see. CSE has tuition reimbursement for classes they take pertaining to their employment. But we don't even offer BITSA for our new teachers to a cost of $3,000 to $6,000, which they need to clear their credentials. And if they don't complete it, they lose their credentials and therefore lose their jobs. Me Too clause? They have a longevity clause in part of their salary schedule, 30 years, about 11%. Teachers don't have anything pertaining to longevity clause. Me Too clause? We have stated from the beginning the issue of class size reduction. We need to be moving towards 24-to-1 ratio, or we need to bargain the ratio. I've been saying that. We were told that we were wrong. We already have a bargain class size maximums in our contract. We are safe. We have 5 large attorney firms that agree with us. Well, these firms were incorrect, and we were right. We have offered multiple ways to move towards class size reduction over the next few years. The district has rejected every one of our offers, 100%. Now, what do we see on Monday on EdJoin? We see they're offering for a pool of teachers to hire for class size reduction. We were told today at the LCAP think tank meeting, we're moving slowly to reach class size reduction mandates. See, it's not just the money, it's the entire picture. Remember the quote of the 21st century education? We need to invest in our teachers. I stand before you and say, it's time to invest. I had a former student who wants to be a teacher call me the other day and ask me an important question. He said in his classes he's been hearing a lot of negativity about Chino School District, and he wanted to know why. See, we're constantly wanting to make sure we keep and attract highly qualified teachers. This young man would be a highly qualified teacher, but in his college classes he's hearing nothing but negative things about Chino. You don't invest in your teachers, you don't get good teachers. Teachers go somewhere else. Abraham Lincoln also said, "My dream is of a place and a time where America will once again be seen as the last best hope of the earth." My dream is of a place and a time where Chino Valley will once again be seen as the last best hope of education. It's time to invest.
Thank you.